How's it going, guys? My name is Oliver. Today I'm making a quick video going over the new cold calling script that I just created. I do believe that this new script is a lot better. I will explain more in depth why, but overall it kind of takes a different path of the traditional "hi, am I reaching the owner of," which everyone seems to be doing, which I mean even I was doing. Like, I made a whole video and my script started that way. But as I'm working with more students, as I'm kind of understanding how different people do their cold calling, because it's one thing to be cold calling for myself. Like, I know myself, I know what I'm good, where I'm bad when it comes to cold calling, so I can easily adjust and make my script on the fly. But I've realized that this whole "hi, am I reaching the owner of," and then this is a cold calling, this is a cold call, can you give me 30 seconds or just hang up or something like that, this traditional like script that everyone seems to be using, like even I was using, I don't think it's necessarily the best way to go. I'm not saying it's bad, I just found a different script that I feel that if you've been struggling with the other one and you still don't seem to find any success when it comes to cold calling, I highly suggest you try out this script. I do think it's very good. Not only is the script very good, I'm going to give you a couple of pointers on how to respond on common objections. So it's one thing to give you a script and to tell you, yeah, just read it and you'll get a bunch of clients. All right. But what happens if you read the script and the client or the prospect says, yeah, we've tried Facebook ads in the past, but I'm not really sure if it works for us. This completely deviates you from the script, and then you kind of start stumbling on your words, like, but we do Facebook ads differently, we do it better. You don't exactly know how to respond, and there's a technique, like a very clear technique to use, which is kind of like a one size fits all. All right, so if you do this, you can basically overcome any objection and get straight back to the script. And obviously the objective of the script is for us to get a booked meeting with the prospect. Okay, the objective is not to sell them on our service, but rather sell them on the meeting. All right, so I know I'm spending lots of time like before actually showing the script, but very important you understand this. Okay, because if you don't understand this, the script is useless. You might as well just not cold call. All right, so I'm going to be switching my screen. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, the new script. I'll read it to you completely, and I'll read it the way I would do it on the cold call. All right, it's important you don't read it like a book. You have to add a bit of more of a human touch to your cold calling. All right, you have to act genuinely confused. You have to pump up a bit more energy. You have to take pauses, do like stuff like that. That's how you can make a cold calling script successful. All right, so without wasting any more time, I know I've wasted too much time right now. Let's get to the cold calling script, and I'll give you point by point what exactly I would do. All right, so here we are on this script. It is not too long. It's pretty short. I like to keep my things straight to the point. If you guys haven't noticed in my videos, that's how I like to do things in life. But this is the script, so I'm going to go over the entire thing with you guys. And afterwards, at the end, I'll give you the whole, the way I handle objections when I cold call. All right, so if a prospect says this, they say that, what exactly do I say in order to still get them on the meeting and keep on track with the cold calling script? Because I can give you this text, what 90% of people do on YouTube, and tell you, yeah, if you just spit out these words, you will get meetings and you'll get clients. But in reality, it does not work like that, okay? Never are you going to follow this script perfectly and the client is going to answer exactly what you want, right? They're going to start saying random things. They're going to give you objections, ask you questions and stuff like that. And that's going to ruin your entire flow when it comes to the cold calling script. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do. All right, so let's start with the intro. All right, I really like the intro and I'll say it exactly how I would say it on the phone. Hey, Oliver here. Wondering if you could help me out. And then you pause, you wait for an answer. They'll be like, yeah, sure. I'm not quite sure if you're the right person I should be talking to, but I called your company to see if you guys would be opposed to looking at any possible hidden gaps or issues around and then you would give your offer, your service delivery. So let's say you're doing marketing, issues around your client acquisition that could be causing you to miss out on extra jobs for your company. Should I be talking to you, or who exactly should I be talking to? All right, it's straight to the point. You kind of introduce yourself. So you say, wondering if you could help me out by giving your name. They answer, yeah, sure. And then you mention the fact that you help with the client acquisition. And you also mention on the fact that they might be missing out on booking extra jobs for their company. So you don't directly pitch them, but you kind of introduce why you're calling. And then you say, should I be talking to you, or who exactly should I be talking to? All right. When you ask that, instead of saying, am I reaching the owner of, which right away they know you're trying to pitch something to the owner. You either want to complain to the owner or you're trying to sell them something. It's one or the other. So they're not very happy when they hear that. But when I frame it that way, it's who should I be talking to about helping you guys book extra jobs? It's a lot less intrusive as a question. Okay, so the prospect is either going to say, yeah, you can talk to me about it, or they'll say, yeah, I'll transfer you to X person. If they transfer you to X person, you restart the script from the start. Very important. Even if you know you're speaking with the right person, we still want to tell them that we're calling for their client acquisition and help them book extra jobs for their company. Very important, right? So let's pick up right here. So I asked them the question, should I be talking to you, or who exactly should I be talking to? They'll say like, yeah, you can talk to me about it. And then you would respond with this part here. All right, perfect. I actually run a marketing agency in the local and then your Leeds area. So let's say Montreal, in the local Montreal area. What I do is pretty simple. I help plumbers acquire at least 50 new booked meetings every single month. And the best part is that if I don't deliver on this promise, you don't pay a penny. So we basically guarantee your results. Would you be opposed to hearing more about this? All right, so it's straight to the point, very simple. A couple of important points, okay? I mentioned the city name. Very important, you kind of make it seem like you're calling in the local area, and that kind of helps them with, it helps overall the company understand that like, oh, okay, they're a local company, they understand my location, they understand like how this city works, right? So that's a good personalized touch you can give. You mentioned that you work with your niche more specifically. So I help plumbers, I help roofers. It's like you make it even more personalized by working with that specific niche. You mentioned your guarantee. So I help plumbers acquire at least 50 new book jobs every single month, or else you don't pay anything. Okay, very important you mentioned that. That is how you kind of rope them in to booking a meeting with you. The whole idea behind that is that, look, I'm guaranteeing you that I'm going to bring you extra jobs, or else you don't pay anything. All right, so that's very important that you give this message out rather than say like, yeah, we do Facebook ads. Like if you just stop there, it's like, yeah, okay, what makes your service special from the other guy who's also doing Facebook ads? Right? Us, we're special because we guarantee the results. If we don't deliver, they don't pay anything. That's how we stand out from the crowd. Lastly, a very important part. Would you be opposed to hearing more about this? Notice how this question is answered by a no. Like if I want to say yes, I have to say, no, I'm not opposed to it. And by saying no, they're kind of saying yes. The reason why we do this is because people over the phone, their first reflex is to say no to you. No, 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 no. Whatever you say, it's no. So when you ask the question, would you be opposed to hearing more about this? What's their first reflex? No. All right, perfect. And then you go to the next part. All right, perfect. What I'll do is I'll just invite you to a super quick 30-minute meeting where I'll basically give you a free consult on your current online marketing strategy. And afterwards, either we move forward together or you walk away with a free consult. Basically a win-win situation. Are you usually free in the mornings or in the afternoons? Very simple, okay? You mentioned the fact that it's a super quick 30-minute call, even if 30 minutes is quite long. You mentioned it's a free consult on the current online marketing. Okay, and either we move forward together or you walk away with a free consult. Sometimes I like to add the extra part at the end. Basically a win-win situation. All right, so it's very important when you do your cold calling, don't be scared to kind of use extra words or switch up the words as you're speaking. All right, that's perfectly normal. And lastly here, okay, what did I mention earlier? When you ask a question, people's first reflex is to say no. So by asking the question, are you usually free in the mornings or in the afternoons? It's like I'm assuming that they're going to say yes. I know they want the meeting, but do they want it in the mornings or in the afternoons? That's how you frame the question. All right, so that is overall the script. I do love the script. I think it's very, very good. Now, going back to what I was saying earlier, okay, what happens if you reach this part, you say, would you be opposed to hearing more about this? And they ask you, yeah, we already have a marketing team. We don't need anyone extra working with us. Okay, what if they say something like that? Okay, that's what people, they don't cover under YouTube videos, which is what I like struggle with a lot when I was cold calling. So what happens if they ask a random question? Like, I don't know what to answer. And obviously you can't prepare a script for every single answer, every single objection. It's just unrealistic. So I came up with this, right? I call it ART. A-R-T. Now you might be saying, what the hell, Oliver? What is this? How is this supposed to help me? Very simple. A stands for acknowledge. Okay, so acknowledge. R is for respond. T is for transition. ART for short, all right? So acknowledge, you acknowledge what they said. You briefly respond, okay, so you give an answer, and then you transition back to the script. All right, so let's go back to the example. I ask, would you be opposed to hearing more about this? And they say, yeah, we already have a marketing team. We don't need this service. This is what you're going to say. Oh, that's perfect. That is exactly who we work with. We love working with businesses who already have a marketing team because it allows us to be a lot more effective with our online marketing. What I'll do is I'll invite you to a super quick 30-minute meeting where I'll basically give you a free consult and then you follow the script. Okay, let's do this again. So what you do, acknowledge, say that's perfect. That's exactly who we work with. And the reason is, and then you go transition, and then you transition to the next part. So what I'll do is invite you to super quick, and basically you follow with the script. Okay, very simple. And what's fun about this is that it works for any objection. They can say anything. Yeah, we have too many clients already. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly who we work with. We want to work with businesses who have already an established clientele. Their pipelines are filled up. Well, what I'll do, basically, I'll just invite you to a quick 30-minute meeting and I'll show you what I can, you just acknowledge, respond, and move on. Like you want to kind of ignore what they just said. Okay, because it's an objection. No one has too many clients for their business. All right, if you're running a full-on agency and someone comes to you, they say, yeah, I can get you 10 new clients. Even if you're packed up, you will find a way to serve those 10 clients. All right, every business is like that. All right, so don't take what they say too seriously. They're just trying to get you off the phone. Our goal is to get them to the meeting. So that's pretty much it for the script. As I mentioned, it's pretty simple, straight to the point. I really like it. I love the whole intro. Should I be talking to you or who exactly should I be talking to? Right, very important. It kind of guides you as to who you're supposed to be talking with without really sounding salesy by asking, hi, am I reaching the owner of? So I really like this part. I love this whole, would you be opposed to hearing more? And I also mentioned the guarantee. And then at the end, the free consult and are usually free in the mornings or in the afternoons. Okay, very good. Notice how I don't ask questions. Is this something you'd like to hear more about? Where they could answer, no, I don't want to hear more about this. And you can't really say much after that. And obviously, if they say something like, oh, we've already done Google Ads in the past, we don't like it. Oh, that's perfect. We love working with businesses who have already dabbled in Google Ads. Basically gives us like a good foundation to start and build out the rest of the campaign. What I'll do, I'll just invite you to a super quick 30-minute meeting where I'll basically give you a free consult. All right, you can use this for any excuse. And the whole point is to kind of just ignore what they said and just keep going with the script. All right, the goal is to get to this part of the script, the bottom. How quickly can I get there? They give me an objection. All right, acknowledge, respond, transition back to the script. Very simple. All right, so I hope this video was useful. Use the script. You can copy it. I basically put in brackets the parts where you would change it up for your agency or your business, but overall it's pretty much a copy-paste script. And yeah, hope you guys found this useful, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye-bye.